Now we are going to move into our panel discussion of innovative ministry, and I'm excited. I want to see what this is going to be. Our innovation in ministry, as you all know, is one of our 4 focus areas of ministry in the Synod of the Covenant. And we have 3 exciting folks who are going to be leading our panel discussion. We have Dolly Dong from Muskingum Valley Presbytery, who is the new worshiping community leader among the Chinese immigrant community. We want to welcome Dolly. Thank you for being with us this evening. We also have Paula Larson, who is from Mackinac Presbytery, ruling elder, creatively reaching out to community and to neighbors. And we are delighted that you are with us this evening. Thank you for being here. We also welcome Bethany Peerbolt from Detroit Presbytery. She's a teaching elder with 300,000 followers on TikTok. And so we're excited to hear what she has to say this evening. And friends, we are going to begin with Dolly. We thank you for being with us. Please tell us about your innovative ministry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Li Dolly Dong, and I'm the Chinese church pastor in Ashland, Ohio. And we are partner with the First Presbyterian Church in the Ashland. I'm also in the work for the campus students. I'm the campus minister and for the Ashland University. And the third rule and part of our ministry is new worship community. So I would like to share the new worship community today. And if we have another chance, another time, I will share of the Chinese ministry in Ashland, Ohio. And first, I just want to everybody know, and new worship community is located in the Linden Road, the Chinese community ministry in the Mansfield. It started in the 2020 in March 29. Actually, before that, we already have the before prepared this ministry for 1 year. That was 2019. I'm the church leader and take care of this ministry. There's most of the Chinese is non-Christian. I can say, and like 95% they're non-Christian when they came here. So that's why, and I always have the heart for this and area of the ministry. The Ashland is 30 minutes from the Mansfield, the new worship community is 30 minutes from Ashland. I always have to drive force back, but I have the heart. God called me to open that, and we have new worship community there. We have the goal or the purpose for this campus for the new worship community, and gather the Chinese community in the Mansfield area to worship together. We share God's love, and we share God's love to them and welcome them to our church gathering. Thank you. That's I need and Heather, can you move to another slide, please? Thank you.
Do you want me to keep going?
Yes, keep going another. Yeah. Thank you, Heather.
Okay.
Yeah. Second. Okay, I let Heather doing that and move for the second slides. And so I'm continue to talk about that. So this is for the first goal, and we want to gather together for the Chinese community in Mansfield area to worship together. We share God's love and build a friendship with them to welcome them to the church gathering. That's for first goal. And second, we gather this and the community together to share the culture. You know, for the Chinese family come here, they are always lonely. They need friends. So this is an opportunity for us to share the culture, events, celebration life, and teaching about God's creation and share the love. Okay, and third goal is we are together as a family to celebration special events like Chinese holidays and family celebrations. So making them feel like they are welcome to and the big family, and we share the God's love. Since I have the heart for that, why I start this, I just told you and talk to about 2 stories. You will see how much and God love and these people, even they are come here, they are nowhere to go. They don't have many friends. First, and we meet and the family there have the Chinese restaurant, and actually the Chinese opened a Japanese restaurant called the Volcano. I meet this lady as the owner, and her name is Rachel, and she come here 2007, and I came into Ashland like 2008. That time I become their customers, and I'm eating this restaurant. I get to know them. After 10 years, we built a friendship. It's long, but it's really good to know each other. 2019, they moved to the new location. One day she came to me, she said, Dolly, would you like to pray for the new location? I didn't know she was looking for some people and pray for her, and she's Christian. So yes, I do. I like to pray for your location. So that day we went to their new location. I prayed for God clean the new place and blesses their family, their business. After that, I said, are you the Christian? And she said, yes, but I went to the church with my grandma, and when she was a little girl, she never feel like really find a church. I told her after that, I was like, would you like, do you think you want to be baptized? She said, yes. So okay, let's planning on that. So after I prayed for that, I get to know her, and she willing to, and life transformation, she willing to, and baptize. So I started and teaching for the Chinese. We always teaching them for the foundation, what we believe. So I have the 6 lessons with her. After that, she was baptized on the 2009, the Easter Sunday. After that, their whole family, they come to the church, and she told me, since she have the restaurant, she said, Dolly, I would willing to open our restaurant for your use for the ministry. So since that time, I'm really happy to thinking about we want to start the small Bible study. Same time, I meet another family. It's this new family, they come move to the different state, to the Mansfield. The 2019, the Thanksgiving Day, when I bring my daughter to the Mansfield, the mall and shopping, I meet this family. They standing in front of the door. They looking for the people. That's the first day they start their business. I met them. I told them, I say hi and greeting to them. Then, are you Chinese? Yes, I'm Chinese. So would you like to come to try out the massage? Oh, sure. So I become their customers and the first customers. So we get to know each other and start there. And I just once a week I visit them and build a friendship. And then since then Rachel and willing to start and open the business, the place for our Bible study, I ask them, they don't know each other, I bring them together. So we started the small Bible study with 6 people. And then since we started the Bible study, and they send the massage the store, the couple, and his name is Dongming. And he asked me, he want to open his place for our Bible study. Okay, so we moved to the Rachel's place to the Dongming's place. And we started after 2-3 weeks and the Bible study. And Dongming, and I asked him, he had a devotion and to want to follow Jesus Christ. So he became the Jesus Christ the follower. And then after another 2 weeks, and his wife and another and the family, they become the Jesus Christ the follower. It's amazing story. And from there, and this is, and also thank you, Heather. Can you keep going? And I already shared about the Rachel's story. Yeah, that's in Rachel's store. And we also pass the Bible for the people who work in there, the restaurant. Can you keep going? Another, yeah. Yeah, this is, and we also have another families. We have the Bible study in there, the restaurant, and in front before the scripture, we also have another Chinese family there. We celebration the Chinese New Year. Continue, another one. Yeah, this is, yes, thank you. This is a way celebration with another Chinese family who married the American, the young man, and she far away from family. She came here, she will feel really lonely. She's not Christian yet, but she come to our church regularly. This is the events we have. Thank you, another one. Yes, this is a way also, when you see, this is for the 2020 during the COVID, since everybody and they are worried about to come out to meet the people. So we delivered the gift during the Thanksgiving to the family, to the people who work there, and for the Asian or even for the cross culture, for the different like Malaysia, like Hong Kong, and different people, we give them the gift, the celebration, to make them feel they have family here and they have the people they can lay on them. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you see the picture, this is for our international choir right now. We have some people from Mansfield. They joined the international choir, and they worship with us together. In the right side, and this is we did lots of the events, like outdoor events, like a one-day trip, and made dumplings. We have tea ceremony, and we just built the community together. This is for our ministry. We always build together. The main events and celebration is Chinese New Year celebration and Thanksgiving, life celebration, Christmas, Bible study, music, worship, outreach, and the spiritual care. That's what we're doing in our new worship community. Also, we have the culture sharing. In that way, our ministry, it's like a bridge between the different culture. We bring all the people together. Thank you, Heather. Next one. Yes, this is a different culture and celebration. The birthday, the girl we celebration, who is holding the dog. Thank you. Another one. Yes, this is the tea gathering. We have the Chinese tradition, the tea gathering. Thank you. Yeah, this is I already said it's the events. So the last one, yeah. So for the further goal, and we were serve better as a bridge between the cross-culture families and the local community and the church. And the next goal is inviting more people, and especially for the international or Chinese family, to participate in this ministry so that they can receive the love and the care from God. And another goal is holding the various worship events to make disciples. This is our new worship and the community goal. I like everybody pray for us. If you have questions, you can ask me later. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your presentation. Next, I'm going to call on Paula Larson to please present to the Synod.
Hi, I'm Paula Larson. Heather, do you have the slides ready? So the question that I was posed by Pastor Andrew and Pastor Chip is they both came up in July and did a presentation to the Boyne City First Presbyterian Church. The question that Pastor Andrew asked, if our doors were to close, what would the community miss about the Boyne City First Presbyterian Church? And honestly, the only answer that I could come up with is trunk or treat. We are the biggest spread of the road for trunk or treat. We get about 800 to 1,000 kids that come through, and we organize the trunk or treat within our community. So we have the fire department, we have the businesses in the area, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, the ambulance crew, the sheriff's department, all give out candy at that time. But the big thing about it, what happened was, when we reflected back, we knew that we needed to change our perception in our community. So what we decided to do as a session is to do community Sundays. We are currently without a pastor. So what this did is we didn't have to supply a pastor. So we left the pews and we actually do community activities together as a church. So as you see here, we have in January, what we do is we did care packages for the ICU nurses in Petoskey. We found out that they got K-Cups from Keurig. So we provided a nice little note in individual 30 packets, and with cheese and crackers, K-Cups, and a variety of nice little notes from Hobby Lobby, some prayers. The next month we did the long-term care facility, and we did the same thing, care packages. And then we thought about our road commissioners up here in Northern Michigan. The snowplow drivers get up so early, so we made sure that they had a care package, which is a great thank you to them. And then just this past Sunday, we all love to get mail, and we need to thank our postal workers. This was really something that they got very emotional about. We dropped off 15 individual packets for our mail carriers, but each individual was able to do a really nice packet and put a nice note for their mail person. They have been struck very, very tough, our postal workers in Boyne City. There's 15 of them, and they've had COVID go through their facility twice. So a lot of them have had to do extra hours and extra days, and they continually ask us to pray for them. So that is something that I hopefully have seen is the nice thank yous from all the care facilities and the hospitals. So we are trying to change our perception. So in June, we will definitely, and in May, we'll be planting flowers for our free clinic, and then also for the food pantry. And then we, as a church, have adopted a senior where we will be giving a gift to one of the seniors that was a granddaughter of one of our members. And then in June, May, we'll be planting flowers. Then in June, we'll be doing a prayer walk. And what I do is I go to each of the businesses in our small community, and I ask them for specific requests for prayers. And the majority have said, pray that my staff doesn't get sick, and pray that I can hire some people, and pray that we have a successful summer. So those are some of the prayer things. And what we do is, instead of sitting in the pews, we go out and we go on, we pray on the corners of in our small little church. And then in September, we will be doing backpacks. And then in October, we'll be doing care packages for the Boyne City teachers. And then in November and December, what we did last year, and we'll do again this year, is that we do the potato peeling for our Thanksgiving meal, and then also for our Christmas Day meals. And Heather, if you want to go to the next few slides, I've got some photos to share. This is one thing that we chose to do also, is that if you can see, we've got these really funky aprons so that we can advertise the Presbyterian Church. And what they say is, have you hugged your favorite Presbyterian? And this is actually at a cross-country meet. So what we have chosen to do is we get a bunch of members to participate and to attend some sporting activities. And we wear these funny looking aprons, and we share giving out water. Particularly the cross-country team wanted chocolate milk, so we brought them chocolate milk, but then we also had fruit for them. And it was just really appreciated because the kids never have any support. So it was great to get a group of individuals from our church to go out and support the cross-country team in Boyne City. Heather, you want to do the next slides? This is another thing that we did, is that we wore our funky aprons to do scooping ice cream for the ball field. So what we had is we have a local ball field that in an ice cream shop that for 10 cents or a donation, they can get an ice cream cone. So we wear our funky aprons and then we scoop out ice cream. I wanted just to give you an example of what the ICU team wrote. And they wrote, "Thank you for the wonderful gift package. We appreciate it very much. Feeling the love and support of the community makes the difficult times just a little easier." I'm really good friends with the senior ICU nurse that works the midnight shift, and he's only 27 and he's the most senior nurse now. And what he has said to me is, "Paula, continue to pray for my staff because they have gone from 60 nurses down to 30 and they continue to work very hard." And Heather, I think I've got 2 more slides. And then this is what we put outside the community prayer walk. So we put that outside of our church. So if people want to come and join our prayer walk, they're more than welcome to. And then the last one is that this is for Presbyterian Point up in Michigami, is we choose in June of last year, we did care packages for all the volunteers. Primarily what we did is we gave them flip-flops and we gave them sunscreens, just so that they were protected with the water with athletes' feet, because we wanted to make sure that they all had something there at the camp. And I think one more slide, Heather. And this is what the care package looks like. It's pretty simple. So what we do is we put in the crackers, we put in some lifesavers, we put a really nice note in with our postcard of Boyne City. And what we are trying really to do is change the perception of our church within the community. So that's about it. I think, is that it, Heather? Yep, it is. Okay, great. So that's it, what I have to say. And we are having a great time trying to be outside the pews and doing something creative.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Paula. What an exciting ministry. At this time, I would like to invite Bethany Peerbolt to present to the assembly.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be with you and talk about what I have been doing starting in lockdown, but since then. I don't have slides, so if you know how to put on speaker mode or if the person wants to spotlight me, I'm just going to chat with you about what God has asked me to do in this season of digital world. I guess I have recently become more comfortable with the idea that I am a TikTok pastor now, digital pastor, all those kinds of things. You might have heard of TikTok, but might not know exactly what it is or have been told what it is. It is a social media platform similar to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It is mostly around short form videos. So it started with 15-second videos. Then they introduced 1-minute videos. Then they went to 3-minute videos. Now they do offer 10-minute videos. I have not done any of those yet because I think that my audience barely makes it through 3 minutes. And I think YouTube is a little bit better for that long form. So it's been a lot of fun. Yes, Gen Z is the one that caught on quickest. Remember, Gen Z, we're talking about 20-year-olds now, later 18 years and then 20-year-olds. And millennials, though, got on especially during COVID, so 30s. But the platform has rules about 13 and older, so you can find just about anybody there in that age range. It has really opened up. You've probably heard that it's an app for dancing. It has those corners, but that is what our culture has kind of said it is and how it kind of grew. The reality is that it is so much more than just dancing. I think I've danced maybe twice in the last 2 years. So you do not have to dance. So don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a social media site by what people are saying about it. I have found that it is very powerful to teach, to do social commentary or have those really hard questions, ask those hard questions, and to build community. which is something I didn't believe it could do until it actually happened. And I was like, oh no, this is now ministry, and had to figure out what was happening. So the app kind of works with sounds that people listen to and create new content around. So they might lip sync to a song, they might lip sync to dialogue from a movie or a TV show. And you can also make your own content. You can also start your own sounds and just talk like I am right now to you. Teaching was where I started. There was a sound about the song Call Me Maybe. And so I made a video about David and Bathsheba, just to kind of talk about like those moments of meeting and like being really interested in someone happened in the Bible too. And it's still relatable. That moved on. I still do some of that, but that moved on to theology as well. There was a sound that was going viral from a TV show with a person saying, you mean I have to come up with a solution all by myself to a problem I created all by myself? And it sounded a bit like some atonement theories I have learned. And so I made a video about God, or just as God saying, you mean I have to come up with a solution to a problem I created all by myself? And it was just enough, these 15-second videos are just enough to start the conversation, to get people asking questions that I can then do follow-up videos, longer videos, and answer questions. I kind of think of the 15-second video as the new parable. It gives you enough information to present you something that is out there, but not enough to truly give you an answer. So you have to kind of dig in and hear what people are thinking about what has been presented to them. So a lot can be done in 15 seconds. Don't tell my congregation that I am able to preach in 15 seconds because I don't want that word getting out there too far. I've also found that it's a great place to bring up really hard conversations. So one of the ones, the videos that brought up a hard conversation that I've been wanting to have with my community is a sanctuary an appropriate place to have an American flag? And the sound that was going viral was about like a parent going into a kid's room and trying to throw away like the old grungy clothes that they don't want to get rid of, but the parent is like, oh, they got lost. And then the kid catching them. So I made a video where I was trying to remove the American flag and got caught by a member. And we had this kind of like, I'm not doing anything, it's okay, it's whatever. It sparked so many wonderful conversations. And because it was a global conversation, I had people from Germany and Korea talk about what it meant to them to see a national flag in a sanctuary in their countries, which made members of my church go, oh, never realized. And then they asked, well, when did we start doing this? And then they were like, oh, is that why we started? And so the American flag is still in our sanctuary, but the conversation has been sparked. And it's a hard one to start. So there are more people at my congregation that now maybe understand the pros and cons of that at least. I also have found it's very powerful. Most people that see me say things like, oh, I didn't realize a church could say Black Lives Matter. Oh, I didn't realize that a pastor could support LGBTQ people. And so in a lot of ways, I am meeting people who have a very narrow view of what Christians are and how we think about things. And I'm able to say, like, that's not all Christians. There are options out there that are a little bit more open and affirming and interested in social issues. So kind of winning back a little bit of reputation for Christians through the work. And I'm so thankful I am in the PCUSA where I can say those things because we've all had those comments and discussions, even at the GA level. And the other thing that I have found is community. There are people who live very, very far away from people like them. And TikTok is a place where they can find people like them and find their community. It's also a place where I can find people who are not like me, who are willing to teach me. I follow lots of people who are transgender or who are born disabled or have had amputations, who have experiences that I have never had and probably will never have. And they're willing to teach. Some of the people that I do know that have had those experiences, I don't want to have to ask them all the questions. And so these people are on TikTok open to hearing the questions and asking and answering even the hard stuff. So it's really great to see like, oh, what does this mean? Or what is that like? And getting to know from their perspective. The moment that I realized this was really powerful was I was live one night, which is kind of like this. I'm talking and then people are in the chat chatting. And someone came in and said that they were done with life. There is nothing left for them. And it's a hard thing because they live very far away. But people in the chat started speaking up and telling them that they were worthy and that they were wonderful and call this number and where are you? And oh, there's this coffee shop up the road. Why don't we meet there? And I'm thinking, these are random people on the internet who do not know each other. What is happening? The next morning, I went to that person's account to see if they had maybe posted something, and they did. So they made it through the night. And in the comment section of that video were other people who had checked on them that morning to make sure they made it through the night, telling them how proud they were that they were still there and what they were doing. And I was like, okay, we got to do this. The Spirit is creating it unintentional. I was unintentional. The Spirit was very intentional. And I had to say, here I am, and let's go. So this has re-sparked dreams for me. In seminary, I had dreams about getting in an RV and being a traveling pastor around the country and meeting new people. And so that dream is now more accessible, I feel, because digital ministry is something that I could do. I could get in an RV and travel around and meet lots of people. And I want to end with this one thing. We all have things that we think we need to improve, or because of this quirk or flaw or tendency, we're not quite fit for something. For instance, I am a night person. Getting up in the morning is not my strong suit. I am thankful I'm in a profession that I only have to do it once a week, and I only have to get up before sunrise once a year on Easter. So like, thank you, God, for figuring that one out for me. But if digital ministry is the plan, that's by design, because it doesn't make sense to be awake even before 5 o'clock. So if this is the plan, I was made by design. I do not like cooking. I've always felt shame that I've been a woman who doesn't like to cook. It's dreadful. I hate it. But if I am about to get into an RV and go and do ministry on the road, it's great that my favorite meals can be made in a Instapot and a microwave. So those things that you think are like shame-ridden, and I wish it could be by design. And it could be that those pieces of you are exactly how you need to be so that the ministry you're made for thrives and it works for you. So if there's something on your heart, should I, could I, would I, why doesn't the church do this? Why aren't we in this space? Listen and say, here I am, and say yes, because you could be completely unintentional about it and something amazing will happen. Thank you.
Wow, that's powerful. All right, I know the assembly wants to say something to these good folks. If you would either type your question in the chat or raise your hand, we'll get a conversation going with these folks. Come on. Okay. I don't see anything. I'm going to lob it over to the vice moderator. Adrian, I know you have a question, don't you?
Oh, yes, you know I do, because I'm so excited, so interested in these different innovative ministries. So either one or all three can jump in, but how did you see God leading you to do these ministries in your communities? Either one.
This is Paula. I can share with you that
Thank you.
when I went around and talked to the community, the business owners, this is specifically last summer, I could see the anxiety and the stress, and it got very emotional. And when I said, can I pray for you? And is it okay if we stand in front of your business and pray for you? They started to cry. And that sent a message to me how difficult COVID has been within our community. So God worked with us to bring them joy. And actually they would come out on Sundays and thank us. So it's amazing what a small little group of people, we're only 11 people basically that are going out and doing the prayer walk, because we only have like 25 members right now, but it's a small group that leave the third Sunday, and during the summer they see us on the street corners. So God is working.
You just need one more and you'd have the 12 disciples. keep working at it. See, there's your calling. All right.
Yeah, this is Dolly. I just want to share.
Yeah.
Actually, for the Ministry Ministry, I prayed for over 10 years. I came to the to study in the seminary in Ashland Theological Seminary in 2006. After I came here, I know in the Ashland we have the Bible study for the campus students. But I know I always end traveling to another city, small town like Mansfield. And either also around the Ashland, the area, we have the Bible study, but out of this, they don't have anything to connect with the Chinese community there. I prayed for over 10 years. I see the sign, God through either the ritual and another couple, or either and another family. I didn't know I didn't know any of them before I came here or when I arrived here. I just bring them into my life, and I can get connected with them, and also I bring them together. I see how God worked with them. Every time I visited them, they started asking me question: what's the Bible? Who and write the Bible? And they need love and care since they don't have any family here. I think this is a really good opportunity for me to share the gospel with them. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Do you want me to answer my thing, or Fran, I think, has her hand up? Or you want me to give my 2 cents?
I'd like for you to go first, and then we're going to ask the
I think the biggest thing that I saw was I started off kind of naively. People would say, I wish I lived near you, or there was a church like yours near me. And I went, there's PCUSA churches everywhere. Like, I can hook you up, let's go. I have now learned that there's like theological deserts, I call them, of very wide ranges of space where there aren't really churches that will reach and care for some of these people. And so I have just been amazed at how God has been able to use this algorithm of TikTok that gets lots of criticism, but the people who need me and the church that I'm at, and to see a church that is doing the work that we're doing and the kind of community that we are, they're finding me and they're finding us, and they're willing to get offline and do Bible studies. I have about 20 people every week that are meeting to do Bible studies. These are people who have been deeply hurt by the church, but they are still desperately wanting a relationship with God. And so to be able to offer them a space where they can do that is incredible.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Fran, I see your hand.
Yes. So someone wanted me to ask. So this question is not coming from me, but it's a really good question. They wanted me to ask Beth how she comes up with content and how often she posts.
Yeah, it was much easier during lockdown. Yeah, and so really I was part of the TikTok world before, and so I knew kind of the culture and the language and how it worked. So now I'll watch just as my casual watching, and if I see a video or a sound that I like, that I get an idea from, I'll favorite it. And then my Friday and Saturday, I have 2 or 3 hours that I devote to filming and editing, and I make the videos for the week, and I post once a day. I wish I could post 3 a day, because that would truly, I could probably get to 1 million by the end of the year if I could devote enough time to that. But that's a lot of work. But yeah, just watching other people and knowing what the community is. Sometimes there's layers of jokes, and a joke develops. And so I've had to teach my congregation, if you don't understand what I said, please contact me first before the gossip starts running, because there's probably a joke in there that is not quite connecting. And I would rather explain it to you than for you to be very confused and not know what's going on. So it does have its own culture and its own language. So like any missionary coworker, you gotta spend some time in it. But if you know, like if you're on Facebook, you know the culture. If you're on YouTube, you know the culture. So, you know, go for it.
So exciting. So we want to thank you. Fran, are we about at the end of our time for this period?
I think so.
Okay, well, I think we wrapped up very well. I'm gonna turn it back over to Deb.
Thank you very much. That was awesome, folks. Thank you so much for sharing your time with the Synod. Yeah, yay. We're excited. Now, I have a challenge to every commissioner here. I want you to go back to your presbytery, take this information and challenge folks in the pews. What can they do? Because you heard things that everybody can do. All right, so we're moving on. It is time for the report from the Synod Executive. I would like to recognize the Reverend Dr. Charles B. Hardwick to present his report.
Hi, everybody. And everybody, anyone that wants to, put something in the chat so that Dolly and Bethany and Paula can hear a word of appreciation. I found this so inspiring. Thank you. So each of you just inspired me so much. Dolly, the way that you just had this dream and prayed for 10 years is really exceptional. And Paula, I have heard of people doing prayer walks, but I've never heard of people going into a store and just asking, how can we pray for you? It shouldn't be innovative, but it's innovative. And Bethany, I remember the TikTok that I remember of yours that I am so appreciative of was during Holy Week, and it was somebody sliding down a mudslide, down the side of a cliff into a river. And you said something like, sliding into Holy Week, got me going into Holy Week like this, or something like that. And it made me think how it would help people understand what pastors go through during Holy Week in a really funny and engaging way. So I'm really grateful to each one of you. Thank you so much. And you, of course, are welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting, and we'll also understand if you have another commitment tonight. But thank you so much. So much.